Good afternoon, I'm Chris with Everyman Overland. I am here today to give you a quick introduction to my latest piece of kit here, the Morrflate PSI Pro compressor. I know we've all been waiting quite some time for this to show up, so I'm super excited that it's here now, and I can give you guys kind of a quick overview of these are the changes they've made to it, this is what comes with it, and this is what it'll do for you. Bugs. So the PSI Pro compressor is mostly an adaptation or kind of a higher option package of their TenSix compressor, which is their version of the dual cylinder compressor. There's a handful of companies selling very similar compressors that are available on the market. Morrflate tends to go a little bit farther and give you options, give you different components, and give you better equipment with the compressor. So when you do spend a little bit more money to get that beautiful green compressor from Morrflate, it does actually come with some options that you're going to want. I also grabbed up a pair of their Groovy Gloves is what they call them, and not only are they groovy because they've got the sexy green little Morrflate symbol on there, but so I don't know how easy it'll pick up on the camera, but the gloves are coated with this rubber coating underneath. It's kind of got a breathable top, it's got a rubber coating underneath, and they've got a whole bunch of grooves in that texture so that it's very easy to grab a hold of things. I think it's a good idea to have a set of gloves for pretty much anything that you're going to be doing off-road. If you're off wheeling, you're using your winch, you're using whatever. These are a tiny bit small for me. I grabbed some XLs. Apparently I should have gotten a 2XL, but these also will insulate you against the heat of the compressor. Compressors out here running, say you got some big tires, and compressors tend to get hot when you use them a lot. And having a set of gloves like this will allow you to grab that compressor, pick it up, use the fittings, do everything you need to do without burning your precious little fingers. And my fingers are precious, so I don't want to burn them. So I'll start here with what actually all comes in this kit when you buy it. You can see you've got the standard retail box, comes shipped in this heavy-duty closed cell foam, so that should protect the compressor as it's being shipped to you from wherever it comes from. I think their warehouses are out in California, so that's nice. It'll keep the compressor protected in ship. That's hard to say, compressor protected? Progressive? So it'll keep your compressor protected during shipping so it gets to you nice and safe. Now, the actual bag that this comes in is an upgraded bag from their standard bag and from most of the other bags that I've found on the market. This actually has a level of padding inside of the bag. Most of these bags use this same kind of nylon weave, you know, whatever this is, but they don't actually have padding inside, so the compressor can kind of bounce around and bang into things and start breaking things, and nobody wants any of that. All right. So one of the first upgrades that this PSI Pro compressor comes with is it actually comes with a full 6-foot long extension hose that comes off the compressor for you to plug your air system into. A lot of these just have, you know, they'll have a short little hose about yay long, and you don't really want to put this compressor when it's running. You don't want to put the compressor up here on the bumper, on the engine, whatever, because you're going to want to have your engine running because of how many amps that these things can draw. So you want to put it on the ground. And with those short little hoses that most of the compressor companies include, it's hard to get all the way up here. Everybody that I've seen likes to run their air inflation system so that the manifold is kind of sitting up here on the front bumper, and that can be hard to reach. However, with this PSI Pro, you set this on the ground, and these reach up here super, super easy. It's got nice, big, thick, heavy-duty cables for the power cable so that those won't overheat. It's got real sturdy alligator clips to attach to the battery. And of course, it comes with an American-style air hose fitting. A lot of these compressors come with the Nitto style, and they'll include a hose that comes with the kit, and so it's perfectly usable the way you buy it. But if you buy an inflation system like the Morrflate, or there's others on the market, or you adapt your own, it's not easy to get a hold of those Nitto fittings. And so if your compressor comes with a Nitto fitting on it, you can really only use the hose that it comes with, or you have to buy an adapter. Now, Morrflate, for instance, sells adapters for those Nitto style fittings so that you can use all your standard American air hose fittings or different products that have that air hose fitting. But it's real nice that this one just comes with it. That's a fantastic addition. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Morrflate inflation system and get it placed onto the 4 tires so that we can drop the tires down to a pressure that will allow me to fill them back up, and we can kind of show you the magic of the new compressor. So now I have the tires dropped down to 14.9 PSI. Normally I wheel at about 12, but we're not trying to show just how fast these compressors are. And they are fast. But the trick to this compressor, the magic to this compressor, is this panel right here. What this little digital panel does is allows you to set the pressure that you want the tires charged up to, and it will go ahead and do it for you. Now, you may be thinking, it's not that hard to set your tire. But it's not that hard to set your tire pressure, right? And it's not. We've all done it 100 times with these. Every time you air up, you turn it on for a while, turn it back off, check the pressure, turn it on for a little while, turn it off, check the pressure, turn it on for a while. Well, this compressor will do that for you. So you can see it is now reading 15.2 PSI. And the manifold on the Morrflate is also, it's reading 15.0. This is reading 15.2. You tell me which one's off by a little bit, but we're 0.2 PSI off. So now what we're gonna do is you hit the little up and down buttons and it automatically sets itself to 30 PSI every time you plug it in. So I want this at 35 PSI, so it'll set it to 35. And then you just press play, and it does it for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the compressor down on the ground so it's nice and stable. I'm gonna get the truck running, and let's watch it do its business. With these twin cylinder compressors and even some of the single cylinder compressors, they pull so much amps. This will pull up to 90 amps off of the truck. So you really wanna make sure that you have your truck running. 90 amps is actually more than a lot of people's alternators will put out. Janky here has an upgraded alternator to the Tacoma alternator. I want to say they're 115 amps, something like that, but still 90 amps is a lot. So go ahead and do it with the engine running. Hopefully you can hear me okay, but you can see there that it's shutting itself down as it's airing up so it can stop to check. We all know that when you air up with these compressors, the actual manifold pressure is a little bit higher than what's in the tires. So it'll shut itself off and let everything equalize, see where it's at, and get itself going again. Just like you would do and just like I've done. And there you have it. This new PSI Pro compressor from Morrflate works fantastic. You can see that I just set the pressure that I wanted to, pressed play, it did everything else on its own. Now this is a bit of kind of a luxury feature, right? This isn't required. Oh, you have to have this or you can't go wheeling, whatever. But how nice is it that you can set all of this up, you can hit play, and you can go chat with the guys about the trails that you were just on, or you can rearrange the back end of your rig and everything's falling over and we need to get everything packed back up so that we can drive home and nothing falls over. You can make yourself a sandwich. You can tend to other trail repairs. Something else is bent, broken, whatever, you've pulled yourself off the trail, you can start working on that. It just gives you the ability to go do other things while your truck is airing up. And I think that's pretty nice. I also think that gave you a fairly good demonstration of just how fast and how powerful these compressors are. Now, this is, like I said before, mostly just a modified, upgraded TenSix compressor. And those TenSix compressors, or the PSI Pro, both, they use the same internals, same heads, manifolds, motor assembly, everything. And they're just monsters, right? Just like the Maxi Track that came before that and all the other ones that are on the market. A lot of them are extremely similar, and that's a fantastic thing because we've all got the details worked out so that you don't have to worry about one of these things failing on you while you're out in the sticks or when you need to get home. But these compressors are just fantastic. I love them. I'm happy to have them. I'm all team green over here, and I don't even have a Kawasaki anymore. Powerful, feature-packed, good looking. Everybody's taste may vary. I like the green. I think it looks cool. I mean, I've got a green sticker on the front of the truck here, but I think these compressors are awesome. Upsides and downsides. Upsides, there's a whole lot of upsides to it. Fast, powerful. Downsides, they're big, they're heavy. It's not a built-in unit like an ARB twin, but the advantage that gives you is you can just grab this and you can throw it in your FJ, or you can put it in your car, you could put it over here, you could take it over, you could take it to your friend's house and air up a tire at your friend's house. I actually kind of like the fact that it's not built in. Yeah, having it built in might be nice, hit a little button, whatever, but being able to just carry this to whatever vehicle I want. Heck, if Marla's Lexus has a flat tire, I can just hook this up and go fill up her tire for her. Like I say, I actually think it's a bit of an advantage that it's not built in. I like that it's portable. Another advantage, they put a pressure kill switch into these. Most of these compressors that look just like this, whatever, except for the sexy green paint, they don't come with a pressure off switch. So if something gets bound up, if you forget to open the valve and it's all closed, it'll just sit there and pump out that 150 PSI until something breaks. Whereas the Morrflate compressors, be it the TenSix or the PSI Pro, when it hits, I think they have a cutoff of like 120 or 130 PSI on the pressure switch. Once it hits that pressure switch, shuts off. So you don't have to worry about blowing up your manifold or blowing up one of the hoses because there's just too much air going into it. And that's another great advantage to the Morrflate system. Like I say, Morrflate, the guys at Morrflate, Tyler, all the other guys there, they go out and they wheel, they use this stuff. And so they know what you're looking for. They know what I'm looking for because they're looking for the same thing. So I think they've done a fantastic job with even the products that are very similar to other things on the market. They give you the extra features, they give you the details, and they've thought about it. They've gone through and said, you know what, you could buy it like it, but really we want this, and we want this, and we want that, and the other thing. This is fantastic. At the time I'm recording this, these are for sale for, I want to say they're on sale for $325 if memory serves correct. And that's a lot of money when compared to some of the alternatives that I know of right now. This is the only compressor of this style that has this digital interface that will set the tire pressure for you. So that is a big advantage, and if you've got the cash to buy this, I think it's completely worth it. If you're just getting started and you're just trying to buy your gear and money doesn't stretch all that far, is this worth the extra $100 over the standard TenSix? Probably not. Again, this being able to set your tire pressure for you so that you can be off doing other things, that's just kind of a luxury. It's not a necessity. If you already have a TenSix compressor, is this worth spending another 325 bucks? Is it worth it? That's kind of a question up to you, but it's definitely not necessary. It's not like you're gonna be laughed off the trail because you only have a TenSix, you don't have the PSI Pro. But if you've got the cash for it, if it's not that big a deal, or if you wanna buy your significant other, be it your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, if she's into wheeling, whatever, whoever it is, right? You wanna buy somebody a fantastic birthday present or a Christmas present, boom, there it is. Everyone's gonna love this thing. So there it is, the PSI Pro compressor from Morrflate. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful. If you have any questions, absolutely feel free to reach out to me. I'll answer whatever questions I can. Or you can, of course, reach out to the guys at Morrflate or just go to their website. I'll put a link in the description below to their website. So again, I hope you enjoyed the video. Not enjoying the bugs? Bugs! Bugs! There's so many bugs. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you on the next one.